Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Speed here, and today I want to go over a really cool Nature's Prophet game I played for a couple of reasons. Now, I also want to spend a little bit of time looking at the Position 4 Pango gameplay, because if I skip ahead towards the end of the game, actually 18 minutes in here, you'll notice my Position 4 Pango is actually higher net worth than their Sven. We have the top 4 net worth slots, and you might be wondering to yourself, how is that possible? I was wondering the same thing. But there was a couple of plays that he made this game that were absolutely fantastic, and a couple of plays that I made this game that actually specifically enabled him to get off to a good start. So I want to show you guys how this all comes together, some really cool and advanced ideas about Dota 2, which I love talking about. This is like my favorite thing to talk about, which is just advanced Dota, good Dota, cool Dota, to become a better player, because I took a weird style to this game. Most games with Furion, this is my favorite hero. 9 out of 10 games, 99 out of 100 games, I'm just farming it up. Most of the time, I'm not looking to TP into too many fights. I'm farming it up, playing for my primary timing. You know, whether or not that's Mjolnir, Gleipnir, or BKB, whatever it is, I'm typically trying to play around that and Wrath of Nature. This game was a little bit different, and I want to get into that. So, also, I want to tell you guys that if you've been struggling with solo queue and you're looking to get to the next rank, I'm going to be able to help you. Like, literally, with the GameLeap website, I'm going to give you guys guides that are going to make it unbelievably clear on what you need to do. So if you've been stuck in the solo queue grind, you don't know what to do, and you want to become absolutely broken, but like actually you want to become much better at Dota, and you want to take it more seriously, the GameLeap website is going to help you do that. So click the link down below. I'm going to help you get to the next rank, and I'll see you there. Not going to talk too much about the lane. Basically, the lane was quite good. I actually didn't realize how hard we beat the Sven. I did have 14 denies, so I guess I was like kind of popping off on the denies. Basically, the main thing I'll do here, I want to quickly show you the main tactic I've been using to beat people in lane really bad. So the main tactic I use, just to go from the beginning actually, because the beginning is pretty important. So I summon treants right away. Like as I spawn in, I summon treants. Then I actually run out of the base because often I want to fight the runes, and I want to actually even fight pre-runes if my team decides to do so. You don't have to buy the clarity if you're just going to sit in base and summon treants, but I like doing it this way where I summon and then I summon out of base, and then I'll summon again, and you summon off cooldown. Like right when it comes up, you have to summon immediately. If you don't, you won't have 4 treants for the rune fight, and you won't have 4 treants on the first creep wave. And 4 treants is the key to this hero. When you have 4 treants, you have the best level 1 ability in the game. 2 treants, it's just not the same. You'll notice a huge difference. You can't block the enemy very easily with 2. You can block them very easily with 4, so on and so on. So I summon again, they don't contest the rune, whatever. Pick it up, pop my clarity. Right after I pick up the rune, right? Pop my clarity, full mana on the way back. It's very nice. Obviously, it doesn't cost too much gold. I even secure a bounty rune, so it helps my team overall that I'm at the runes. From there, the main tactic I use is I'll auto attack one of the melees. So you'll see me hit this melee two times before it's even in CS range. And what this does is it basically allows me to hit the enemy more, because I'm using the Blightstone to basically kill the creep really quick, because then the treants hit it harder, the lane creeps hit it harder, I hit it harder, my support hits it harder too maybe. So we kill the creep really fast, like really fast, we kill the creeps, or specifically a melee creep, and then I can comfortably secure this too, and now I can even get a free deny, right? Because basically we have more creeps than they do, right? We have more creeps than they do, so it's easier to trade, right? We have 3, they have 2. So we can go a little bit aggressive if I want, right? Here, this Sven not really doing anything, so I auto attack this creep to death, and then after I do that, and I know the creep isn't gonna aggro and hit me, I hit him twice. Hopefully that makes sense. Basically, I auto attack the creeps a bunch. It's very simple. I auto attack the creeps a bunch. When they're getting low HP, I aggro them back, secure the CS, and then once I've secured a CS, I'll hit them twice in between CS, right? As I end up making a god juke play in a moment, but we get near perfect CS, missed 1, which was the range creep that Pango secured, so whatever. Once again, we prep down a melee, kill the melee. I completely overextend here. This was a good play from the enemy. Too bad Speed Dota is just the greatest juker of all time, and this Willow probably messed up too. But we hit a good juke. I definitely overextended there. That was a mistake. Either way, you can see this tactic. It's very effective in the early waves, lets you put more pressure, and make sure that it's very hard for the enemy to contest the CS, because they are at a constant creep disadvantage. And that's really nice for Furion, because you're a ranged hero, so you can't afford to tank the creeps. You take too much damage from them. Alright, starting from here is where things get interesting. My Pangolier ends up dying a moment earlier, and then they run at me, they get some damage. We get a good treant block on the Willow here, which picks us up a kill on the Willow, so this was nice. And we end up getting ganked by Primal Beast. So obviously my game gets pretty griefed by this, right? It's like definitely unfortunate. And then I'm gonna TP back top, and I actually had the read here that Primal was gonna try to gank me again. Because you'll see based on my movements, I'm actually gonna not walk up here. You can see like I'm specifically not going towards them. They make the play anyway. They must have had a lane ward, right? Yeah, they did. I was gonna say, no way they... I should have de-warded too, because I'm like, how do they make this play without a lane ward? Because they come from out of vision and like initiate before they would even technically see me. So I should have known. But I had a feeling that this play was gonna come. I'm glad, even though I do kind of messed up and I step up a little too far technically, I was really happy that I at least made the read and forced them to dive the tower, which is obviously good, right? And I will say, I even think my SF should have tried to come for the primal here, just to immediately secure the kill. But it's fine. We get a couple return kills. My Pango even killed the Sven, which was, it was just some garbage from Sven. It's just, I don't even know what to say. The Sven just completely messed up and he got killed by Pango in that engagement. But now, here's what really secures the game. So this is a play I would almost never make, okay? This is a play I would basically never make. So you'll see I die, right? I die, I'm respawning in 20, okay? My Pango's farming top. I see this guy really low. I thought maybe I could kill him, right? Because he has no phase boots, so I could tree and block him if I catch him with the sprout. So I thought there was a chance. I usually don't make this TP because it's low percentile. However, the primal sees me coming. Oh no, he didn't. He actually just got a bottle refill. Okay, I just didn't see him. Then unfortunately, I tried to kill his courier and missed, so I didn't get it. Now they end up making the play on SF, but I make the read here that with this double wave and a half HP tower, and I thought the primal TP'd out. So the main reason why I'm here is I saw a half HP tower, and I thought the primal TP'd out. So I was like, okay, I can take the tower, right? It's just get the casual mid tower, SF can jungle afterwards, it's good. But luckily for me, I stuck around for that reason, end up getting a primal kill, which our SF would have died if I wasn't there, because the pulverize would have completely went off, right? And they likely would have secured the kill. So that rotation is massive, and now we get some really good mid damage. I don't chase the Rubik kill that my SF and Ron are chasing, because my hero is just slow compared to them, and I was just far away, so I'm not going to make that play. Instead, I harass the Willow a little bit, nothing crazy here. We're eventually going to hit our level 5, I'll summon Treants off of that, and we get our next set of Treants, and we secure mid tower. So really great, right? Because now, and you might be like, oh, this seems inefficient, it's not good. You have to be careful, because the play I'm currently showing you guys only works and is only good if number 1, you can get the mid tower out of it, and number 2, you have someone taking the farm you're not taking. These are not the case. You should not be TPing mid and just running around mid. It's not how Furion should be played. However, I'm really okay. The reason why I'm okay with doing this is I'm gonna get into the Pango gameplay in a bit. I love what he does. And like, yes, you might be like, he just farms top speed, that's it. No, there's more to it. But I end up getting the mid tower here, which is nice. It's good for my gold too, right? I'm at 3,000 here, 3,080. I immediately shoot up like 250 gold because I get the tower CS. When you get the tower CS, you get bonus gold, right? If you get the last day on the tower, you get extra gold. So I got the last day on the tower, boom, it's like a full creep wave and a half. It's really valuable. So I get that, and then I even jungle here, right? Because I see my Pangos farming top, SF's farming top, so I don't mind taking a few jungle creeps. I end up shifting to top here, just in case a fight breaks out. I can kind of be in the area after I get level 6. Sort of what happens here. I sprout to try to help him, and we get out. But now let me get into the Pangos gameplay, because I thought what he did was super game-winning. Like, I love what he did so much. So he ends up getting a Sven kill. Really good. He played that well. But basically from there, what he does well is he aggro denies. The average player here would do what? Push in the wave, of course. But he understands he's level 5. He's playing a this is my position 4, by the way, just for some perspective. People might think this is the offlaner or the mid. No, this is my support, okay? So he's a support. He is denying. He's actually aggro denying. He's actively not CSing the creeps until they're low HP. Now, why is this effective? Because you might be like, oh, Sven can jungle. Well, Sven is only level 4 at this current place of time. He had a really bad lane because I pressured him, the Pango pressured him, SF even pressured him recently, I think. So he's level 4 having a bad game. You can't jungle at this point in the game as Sven. Not fast. You can do it, don't get me wrong. Like, you'll see. You can do it. It's not efficient, right? It's quite slow, right? It's quite slow. Especially these camps, like these types of camps. Oh, God. It's so inefficient. However, this Pango had such a good start. Now with this corrosion and this urn and you know, 3 points shield crash, this Sven can't lane at all. Right, he'll get completely outstained by the Urn, Tango's Mango, right? The Sven has no regen. He'll get completely outstained, completely bullied out, and this is why this play is so high skill. Pango understands that, okay, Sven cannot lane into me, he can't play this lane at all, so he wants me to shove in the wave into the tower so he can farm out under tower. But instead, the Pango's gonna aggro deny, continues to do it here, even pulls aggro globally to continue to push back this lane, getting the range creeps denied here. And it's awesome. I love it. I rarely see players do this, and it's so frustrating to me because they'll just give the carry farm, right? When the carry is so weak and they can't fight at all, they'll just push in the lane. And it's like, why? You're not taking the tower. right? I'm not there. He's not going to take the tower. You might be like, oh, he could roam. Yeah, he could roam, but like, look at the map. Where does he need to roam? He could TP in if he needs to. You know, it's better that he gets his farm up. He's level almost 7 now. I was level 5.5 at this point. I mean, to be fair, he gotta kill this game. Solo kill on the Sven, which really helped. But it's just massive because now he's just huge on net worth too. And the Sven has no way to catch up, right? No way to catch up because he has to hit neutrals as a level 4-5 Sven, right? So I thought this was so important, so key. Barely anyone gets this concept, and it was just awesome. I'm able to get some mid farm, help out with this mid kill on the primal, get the tower, go farm some neutrals, which I do here as well. So kind of continue to give my team the lane creeps. As my Treants sort of get killed there. But you get the gist, right? This kind of like spreading out of farm felt great this game. I honestly think it was a big reason why we won. I mean, the Pango did what I think he should have done there. But me rotating out and giving this guy farm, I think is super legit. And the reason why I think it's super legit is because the Pango is not a support that wants to be poor. This is not a hero that does too well without items. Like, you might be like, oh, why? You have a bunch of nukes. It's not that you do nothing, like Pango support has been a thing in the past, but they nerfed the Rolling Thunder pretty hard, where the Blink Shard isn't nearly as good as it used to be in the mid to late game. And it's much nicer if you can go something like, look, he has Mana Boots Corrosion. This guy can straight up farm. Like, he's actually farming, right? And he can just scale and like show up to these fights with a Corrosion Urn and just own, right? No one can man up to him. He's so far ahead because he was able to get that free farm and that Sven kill, where now he can just fight anybody he wants. These supports just don't match up to him. So it enables all different types of plays. I don't recommend diving like that. I think he does end up going down here. Good play from the Rubik. So unfortunately, he does end up dying here. Really nice from Rubik. Outplaying him a bit there, but you get the point, right? He's just way stronger than he typically would be. And so even though I was a little bit poor this game, it kind of didn't matter because of this early start. I will say my Slark also did pretty well in lane, so this is obviously a game that's a bit skewed in that regard. The Slark had a good lane. SF also won his lane. Not hard. This is not a game where they like stomp their lanes. You might be like, what? You're 5k up at minute 13? Yes, they did. It's like, really? Are you really going to say that? Like, Slark's 500 gold up. The only big one here is the Primal Beast, who has died a bunch now, right? So yes, I think my SF had a great game, but it's definitely not a game where you could just be like, oh, we're 4k up just because of my teammates winning their lanes. I really think that this other rotation was key. Now from here, the main thing I'm looking to do is kind of just avoid getting picked off too much. Like, I do want to fight and I want to set up for fights as we kind of bait the Legion in here, get her with a really nice tree and block. Just completely trapping her in. And I decided to go for the Gleipnir here. Yes, it can be dispelled, but it's quite good against Primal pre-BKB. You can cancel his charge. It's decent against the Willow if you can catch her before her fade time on the Shadow Realm. It does good amount of damage to the Rubik. The Sven's really poor, so it's just good. It also cancels Legion Blink if I see her, so it's a very high damage item. Also, Gleipnir, just so you know, the total damage on the active is 220 damage, which is very significant, right? Very, very high damage, and it's only an 18-second cooldown, so often in team fights you can get 2 of them off, which is nice. Also, I will say that the Atos HP feels really good in the early game. Like, it just makes you noticeably tankier. I even think I probably should buy a Magic Wand when I'm going this build, just because you're playing more of like a utility tanky build, you know what I mean? Like, you're kind of like this survivable guy who's just annoying rather than some just giga right-click carry playing for timings. So I will say I think I could have bought a Magic Wand just to synergize a bit more with my gameplay. As we get a nice kill on the top side here, gonna tank the Glyph. This is a really nice thing about Furion. If you're pretty consistent about spawning Treants, which I am here, right? I have the double set of Treants. When you dive a tower like this, if you're diligent enough to have the double Treants, it will tank Glyph entirely. And it really makes a big difference, right? When no one on your team has to tank Glyph after a disengage, like this Pango is probably, okay, he messed up his juke there, but this Pango is probably straight up dead, right? You see what I'm saying? Like, he probably would have just died, as then they chase really hard. But yeah, none of us are low from the Glyph at all. As I'm gonna ulti, I think I TP bottom here. I'm gonna clear one camp and TP bottom. Just, classic keeping the map open, making sure I can get my farm up. I get picked off by Legion a couple times this game, which wasn't great. That hero definitely counters Furion, just because she can solo. Any hero that easily solo kills you and you can't TP out from is a bit of a problem, as we take a decent fight here. And at this point, my team's just owning. They're really, really far ahead, and all I have to do is kind of show up the fights. Like, I understand at this point, I have a Slark SF duo core. I'm very comfortable saying, and I thought this at the beginning of the game. I was talking to my friend who plays Dota. I was like, hey, what do you think I should do this game? He's like 3k, but I'm saying it kind of as a joke, but like kind of seriously. He's like, your team looks greedy. I was like, yeah, looks greedy. So I'm like, I don't have to be the hyper carry. I don't have to just like go, I don't have to go and just like farm off cooldown. It's still good too, right? Because I want to build my items. Like, the whole point of profit is to farm. The main advantage of this hero is to farm. Let me re-say what I meant to say. the main thing you can do is farm. That's what you do better than any other hero. So if you don't farm, you'll have problems, because trust me, this hero from behind is not very good. Like, you still want to get a good Gleipnir timing as we get here, and that Gleipnir timing will allow us to chase. I think we catch the Legion in a moment with the Gleipnir. Oh yeah, we do end up getting gone on, which wasn't too good. This fight was not so great. The Slark got picked off early on. We probably shouldn't have chased. Unfortunately, my SF goes sicko mode here. They kill the Legion on the back end. My Pango's so farmed too. Like, this guy's level 15 on Pango. He ends up being top net worth as the support this game, in the whole game. When do you ever see that? He was top net worth. Yeah, right here. After my SF buys a TP, or buys TPs, he's literally top net worth. It's crazy, man. This guy's huge. But that, you know, it's all a snowball effect. It's all snowball effect. He even bought a Maelstrom. Like, this guy completely doubled down on just going YOLO. Even here, like, what is he doing? He's just solo killing a Willow. He's just level 17. This guy's actually top net worth as a Pango. It's just insane, right? Like, completely insane. What a beast. Put on a show this game. And you always hit him with a well played when they get that solo queue as your boy gets picked off. I don't know. I'm being a dumbass. I decided to go Orchid here. I just think it's good against the Legion. I knew she wasn't going BKB, at least not soon. And I knew I could also solo kill either as support. This guy actually went Yules, which felt pretty bad. I will admit, I think maybe I could have just went for like Halberd instead, just to kind of deal with the Sven. I could even went like Force. Halberd maybe, like, only because I at this point I kind of determined I want to be mostly utility. I will say the Orchid's nice because it's utility and right click. It lets you scale better because it's just a hard DPS item too. So I think the Orchid's a good choice because I didn't want to really go BKB this game because it's good. Like, don't get me wrong, I still can get Fade Bolted and Primaled and stunned by Sven, and you know, I definitely think I consider it or buy it later. No, I don't this game. I don't buy it at all, which I can get into in a bit. But either way, the Orchid's nice against Legion. My main target specifically is Legion because then she can't dispel herself of the Gleipnir, and my team can set up on her. She's also a threat of me as I actually get a nice Gleipnir on her here, protecting myself from a potential duel. So that was good. Now at this point of the game, this is going to be the last fight of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. You learned a couple of things here and there about Furion and gameplay and sharing farm, and also thinking about like a big topic I did want to cover in this video was like how to think about your teammates. You know, I had a SF and a Slark, so like taking mid tower, opening up the map, taking top tower, taking mid tower, going like kind of more of a utility build, all feels pretty good this game. I'm not saying you don't go BKB just because like you have scaling cores. Like, trust me, I could have went BKB here and it would have been good. The force staff's kind of nice because we were like snowballing really hard, and I'm like, I really want to force staff, so if Sven runs at me or I see Legion running at me, I can like force staff away. Same thing with Primal. Like, it's really nice this game. If I like react properly, I can even save my teammates. So I don't know, it feels good. It gives me HP too. And here we get the triple Gleipnir, massive, kind of forces the Sven BKB there because he doesn't want to be stuck in place. So we get that really, that's really nice. And then we silence the Legion as we talked about. No press the attack. We Orchid her up here, sprout her up. She gets caught, and yeah, we get a nice kill. And at this point, this game's done. 21k net worth lead, you know. At this point, you know, it's yeah, it's gonna be an easy match. This game's gonna be pretty hard to lose as the Primal literally gets auto attacked to death through his BKB. But all right, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in our next one, and I'm out. Peace.
And that's all, but remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the GameLeap website where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace.